But first tonight, we are working breaking news on a decision of whether or not to release documents in the grand jury investigation into 38 Studios.
Today, a Superior Court judge denied Governor Raimondo's request to release those documents to the public.
Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planner is live at the State House now with more on today's decision. Jared?
Mike and Shannon, with the civil lawsuit into Curt Schilling's taxpayer-backed video game company over, the governor argued the public's right to know demanded the release of the criminal documents. The attorney general argued doing so would destroy grand jury secrecy. Rhode Island Superior Court presiding Justice Alice Gibney Thursday denying the governor's request on behalf of the public for all grand jury materials in the former 38 Studios criminal probe to be unsealed. The decision means no release of the names of people who secretly testified, the names of people who didn't, the names of people who remained silent on the stand, and any undisclosed evidence the state police obtained. The criminal investigation ultimately produced no charges. Gibney, referring to the governor's petitioner, writes, "Petitioner was not a party to the original investigation. The civil suit has concluded. The petitioner does not need the materials for any particularized reason. The targets of the investigation were exonerated, and disclosure of the material would hinder the free and untrammeled flow of information and compromise the long-standing history of grand jury secrecy." Attorney General Peter Kilmartin calling the decision a victory for the grand jury system.
People know they can go into the grand jury, they can testify openly and honestly, and know that their words in that room will be held in that room.
We've gone above and beyond to make everything public, and I'm disappointed in the decision, and we'll have to see what, if anything, comes next.
The governor with no answer on whether she'll appeal to the Rhode Island Supreme Court and on whether this moves her to launch an independent 38 Studios investigation.
I'm going to digest it, I'm going to think about it, and as always, I'll do what I think is best for Rhode Island.
In the meantime, the House of Representatives behind me has passed a bill to compel the release of 38 Studios materials. The Senate has not acted on that measure. Coming up new at 6 o'clock, more reaction to today's decision. Live outside the State House tonight with Providence Mobile Newsroom, Jared Planner, Eyewitness News.
But first at 6, more on the developing news that was first breaking at 5. A judge has denied Governor Gina Raimondo's request to release grand jury documents used in the 38 Studios investigation.
Eyewitness News reporter Jared Planner joins us now live from the State House with new reaction at 6. Jared?
Mike and Shannon, the civil documents tied to Curt Schilling's failed taxpayer-backed video game company came out a while ago, and then the governor and attorney general battled over this criminal material. And then today, a judge said any public right to know that exists here does not warrant opening up the grand jury. Rhode Island Superior Court presiding Justice Alice Gibney Thursday denying the governor's request on behalf of the public for all grand jury materials in the 38 Studios criminal probe to be unsealed. That investigation ended with no charges. Today's decision means no release of the names of people who secretly testified, those who didn't, those who remained silent on the stand, and any undisclosed evidence the state police obtained. The governor providing no answer tonight on whether she'll appeal.
We've gone above and beyond to make everything public, and I'm disappointed in the decision, and we'll have to see what, if anything, comes next.
Attorney General Peter Kilmartin telling us a document dump would have discouraged future grand jury testimony.
That would have been a hindrance to us, especially in political corruption cases. It's hard enough to get people to come forward. This decision is bigger than 38 Studios.
We asked if the judge's decision could turn the public against giving state money for a new Paw Sox stadium.
I hope not. You know, it's apples and oranges, and as I've said many times, terrible mistakes were made in this case. We need to learn from them and not make them again. However, we can't be paralyzed.
The governor also saying she needs time to consider if launching an independent investigation would be appropriate. Now, this is not over, perhaps, because the House of Representatives behind me has passed a bill to compel the release of 38 Studios materials. The Senate has yet to act. Live outside the State House tonight with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Jared Planner, Eyewitness News.